Well, good morning. Welcome back. We are 3 games in, which is amazing that all the practice and all the prep work we did, and then we got to cram 3 games into the week last week, and we did a pretty good job of creating suspense, and the games were close. The coaching staff's blood pressure was high, and the players were nervous the entire time. So Tuesday night went to Fort Osage. Played terrible, lost by 2 points, had a chance to win the game. And I was really curious about the makeup of our team and how they were going to respond to practice on Wednesday because of how poor we played on Tuesday. And they were great. They were absolutely great on Wednesday at practice. We showed the things that we needed to correct. They took them to heart, and they were good at practice on Wednesday, which gave us a shot to have a good practice on Thursday. And then we were ready to go on Friday against, Rockhurst is a good club. They won, the Class 5 state title last year. So regardless of how many guys you lose, we can sympathize with it. You like to have a successful program. And again, we had plenty of opportunities on Friday to win the game, plenty of opportunities down the stretch from the free throw line and couldn't convert. So we played hard enough through 2 games that as a staff, we were okay with our guys. We knew that they were playing hard enough to hopefully break through eventually. And we were hoping that the confidence, that the motivation would still be there, even though that had a couple tough luck losses. You lose a game by possession, guys beat themselves up. You go back through every single possession and you think, boy, if I didn't do this on this possession, my team would have won. And that's the kind of like self-evaluation we like with our guys when they take that responsibility, but we don't want it to deflate them. And so then Saturday, we got to get up bright and early. We leave the gym at about 9 o'clock on Friday. We're back here about 7 o'clock Saturday morning. We're on a bus for a 2-hour ride to Columbia and played our most complete game of the year, and were able to beat Jefferson City by 14 and really played our most complete game. Probably played like we're capable of, whereas the first 2 games, we were just kind of piecing some stuff together. Guys were learning how it goes. This is all excuses, but, we got 4 new starters, and anybody who comes off our bench is new. And so it's different. It's different for roles. It's different for a lot of reasons, and so it's taken some time to adjust. And now the good part is I think we're on an upward climb. I think we're getting better, and we'll just got to make sure that is the case. So, congratulations to our girls team. Started off our tournament with a great win last night, and we're excited to get out there and get going. Thanks to the work that you guys do, that our friends at Niles Media do to get our tournament broadcasted. It's a really neat deal for a lot of people. I know a lot of people take advantage of it. So from our staff and our players, we just appreciate the work that goes in there to get that done. So with that, open it up to you guys for questions.
You kind of already talked about it, but what was the major difference between the 2 games you lost and then the one that you won on Saturday?
The difference between the 2 games we lost was we remembered what color jersey we were wearing, and we didn't throw it to the guys in the other color jersey. And it's as simple as that. We had 19 turnovers our first night on Tuesday. We had 18 on Friday. You aren't going to win games turning the ball over. That, I mean, if you think about it from a pure analytical standpoint, if you turn the ball over 19 times, that means there's 19 possessions that you could have potentially done something with that you lost. And then you lose a game by a possession. But we were, and part of it's adjusting. It's not our guys' fault. They're trying to it's not like they're trying to turn the ball over. But speed of the game, strength of opponent, system of play. There's a lot of factors that go into it. Once we stopped turning the ball over, gave us a little bit more confidence. Defensively, we've been really good, and that's what we always want to be, is we want to be really good defensively. But, Tuesday night we gave up a lot of points because we turned the ball over and couldn't set our defense. Friday night we only gave up, 37 and lose? You give up 37 points, you'd like to think you're going to win. And then we score, and then on Saturday you only give up 42. But then you're able to score a little bit more because you give yourself more opportunities because of possessions. So we're struggling from the free throw line right now. We got to get better from the free throw line to really seal some close games. And I know our guys will, but that's probably the area that we need to improve on the most right now is turnovers and free throws.
as the football players come back and it's a lot of new guys on the team, is the chemistry just not there? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably something to do with that way. I think that over time, you'll see it develop. Everybody wants it to develop now, though. And so, there's a fine line between giving the guys rest, making sure that they're fresh, making sure that, they've got the right energy, and then there's the fine line of, well, we got to get going. I know this, and it's kind of coach speak, but I really don't care if they were coming from football or if they were, in Beijing, China. They're here and we got to play. So I think I tell the guys all the time, what's greater, your desire or your excuses? Which one's greater? And for a while it was our desire, but now we're allowing some excuses. There was times when we could have allowed excuses to come into place. So I know that they want to do well, the guys that are transitioning, and I know that they will, but I don't want them to use that as a crutch. As time develops, I'd like to think we're getting better, though, and those guys are obviously a part of getting better.
What are some areas of improvement that you see?
Well, the correctable mistakes, the things that we did the first couple games, Tuesday and Friday, were all correctable. So as we're showing them tape and as we're practicing, we're telling them, this is the wrong play to make. Here's the right play you need to make next time. And this is why they guarded you like this. Next time, be ready for them. So we saw stuff that we knew we could correct. So as a coach, we were excited because our staff was excited because we knew we could get better. Now, we knew we had to take huge jumps turning the ball over. We were just throwing the thing everywhere. And so we had to settle down enough to make sure that that was an area that we could turn from a weakness to a strength. And if we can't turn it to a strength, then it just can't hurt us as much as it was. But I know this. When you play as hard as we play, when you care as much as our guys care, you give yourselves a chance. And that's why these close losses hurt. Now it's up to the staff to make sure we're getting them better. And we'll keep working and we'll get them there. He's been doing well. Mike's learning quite a bit. He obviously, you guys saw him play. He's got immense talent. He's got some gifts that really make him a special player. Great kid. But it takes some time to just kind of get used to how it works, and he's learning that. Every possession is important, every practice is important, every film study is important, everything that we do is really important, and that requires a lot of attention, a lot of energy, and if you haven't done it before, it's going pretty fast, and you can get overwhelmed by it, but Mike's attitude's been terrific. He's learning, Wyatt asked earlier about, physical conditioning. That's something that our team's got to get better at. So listen, he's pretty special. He's been a blast to coach so far, and I hope that his desire continues to be where it is because the sky's the limit. He could be a terrific player.
Maybe talk about the significance of hosting your own tournament early in the schedule, and maybe how important it is to have home court advantage at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, it's huge. We're spoiled. Why would I want to go play away from this place? So. Not only do we try to schedule as many games as we can, but we host our own tournament and get 3 additional ones. And, I think it's great for our crowd. There's no doubt we've got the best crowd. We go to Fort Osage, we've got people there. Rockers comes in, and our that entire student section was full, but it is really significant for us. And especially with a young team, you want them to be able, or an inexperienced team, I should say, you want them to be able to kind of relax, be familiar with their surroundings, not be overwhelmed by as many things. And it's really significant. The other thing that's significant about it is we were fortunate to get on top last year of it and notch the first, championship in it. So we'd like to defend that, but we know that we can't defend it if we don't beat Pembroke Hill tonight. So it is significant. We appreciate it, and we take a lot of pride in it.
Can you talk about a little bit of what you prepared for Pembroke Hill?
Well, yeah, Pembroke's played one game so far this year. They dropped one to O'Hara by 6, 50-44. New coach this year, so a transition with staff and players. When we go into tonight, there's obviously some things that we'll key on with them, but the growth that we need to make is internally within our own team. It's not necessarily what we're doing or taking an opponent out of things or personnel of an opponent. It's more of making sure that we're taking care of what we need to. So, as far as specific game prep, it was a lot of our work and what we need to do. And then as Thursday and Friday hit, with the lack of practice time that we'll have, we'll walk our guys through a bunch of stuff and get them some actions and some personnel tendencies and some things with whoever it is we see on Thursday and Friday.
Will playing late tonight affect the guys at all?
Yeah, it's a good question. I hope not. I hope it doesn't affect them, but obviously it makes for a long day. So we tried to be smart with how we practiced them yesterday as far as intensity and how much energy they had to expend. We're trying to be smart about what time we got to bring them back, and then Wednesday's practice will be interesting. So to answer your question, I don't know if it'll affect them or not. I'll tell them they don't have a choice and they can't let it affect them, but whether or not it does or not, is up to each one of them. I think the hope is you play well tonight, get some momentum, so then Wednesday, even if you're a little tired, you push through it. Thursday, you'll have the adrenaline of the game, and then when you're really affected maybe with the rest and with the amount of sleep you get or you don't get is Friday, but at that point, if things are going well and you're playing in a big game, you got enough adrenaline that hopefully you get through it. That'll wrap it up for today. Again, thanks to the work you guys do, to our friends at Niles for the things that they're doing to get this tournament online. Appreciate your guys' support. We're excited to get going. We're excited to get back here at home and hopefully play 3 of our better games of the year. So thanks for coming in, and we'll see you guys here tonight and throughout the week.